Hey, what's up everyone, Ronnie here. Welcome back to another Ronnie tutorial. In this video, I have 10 new crunchy Canva features that I would like to introduce to you. I want to break them down, show you guys where to find these features, how to use them, and how to get the most out of them. So if you guys are ready for this, grab yourself a drink, make yourself comfortable. This is episode 29 of What's Hot in Canva. Jumping right in with the first category of novelties, of new features in Canva. These two first ones have to do with mockups. So let's see what's new with mockups in Canva. The first new mockup related feature I want to talk about is the brand new Mockup app. So it is not clear to me if this is bound to replace the Smartmockups app in Canva, or if it is a complementary mockup module that is native to Canva this time. So it's not Smartmockups integrated in Canva, it is a mockup functionality directly baked into Canva. So let me show you where to find this mockup app and let's play around with it. So I have a blank presentation right here, and the first thing I want to do is to add a photo, because the Mockup app will need to start with a photo on your page. So let's go to my uploads, find a photo. Let's use this one right here from Diana and I on our recent trip to Madrid. With the photo selected, okay, you need to make sure the photo is selected. Click on Edit Photos. Okay, once you're here, you should see right here at the bottom the Mockups app. So if I click here, it will populate a menu right here on the object panel with all sorts of categories of different mockups. Okay, so I have popular smartphones, computers, tablets, and TVs, etc., etc. Different categories of mockups that can be extended if I click on See All. So before I go any further, let me inform you that this mockup app will be available to all users, so both free and pro users. Unlike Smartmockups, all the mockups that you will see here will be free, and also it's going to be available on all devices, so desktop and mobile. All right, back to the mockup menu right here. Let's pick one and extend it. Okay, let's choose apparel. Well, actually not, because it's I'm not seeing myself on a t-shirt like so. Let's use frame. Okay, so I'm gonna click on See All for the frames right here, and let's say we want to be on a hanging poster like this one. So if I click on it, it will generate the mockup, and then Canva gives you some extra information right here in the object panel. It says, insert your image, drag and drop any image into the mockup. The easiest way to do this is from the Uploads tab. So you can go directly from the Uploads tab and drag your image into the mockup, or if you had an image already here on your page, you could just take it and drop it inside the mockup. This works similarly. Once it's done, this is what you should see. So let's make this a bit bigger on my page, something like that, nice and centered. And now if I click on it and come back to the mockups, I have some additional options right here. I can make my image fit, okay, so that's already the case, or I can make my image fill the entire mockup, like so. If I click here, it will stretch my image to fill the entire area of this mockup. If I double click on it, nothing happens. So it's not like a normal frame. It's not gonna work the same way, but you do have a couple of alignment options. So you can align to the left, center, or to the right. Okay, this photo was not super well taken, so if I align to the right, there's gonna be a large portion of the photo right here without anything, so I'm gonna align it to the left, and I think this is going to be the best render for this. So this is, in a nutshell, what the new native mockup app does right here in Canva. So you can use all of these mockups, and I think this is a nice addition to Smartmockups. And I also like that Canva didn't get rid of Smartmockups. It's still there. I'm going to show that to you in a second, because that's the second feature I want to talk about. But adding this native mockup app available to all users without the hassle of having some pro versus some free mockups, I think this is a smart move. I think this is a smoother way to work with mockups. I also love that you can come back to your image at any time and play around with the settings, so you can change stuff, which is something that was not possible to do with Smartmockups. Once it was done, it was there, and if you wanted to change something, you needed to do it all over again. Here, because it's a native app, you can come back to it and tweak it. So well done Canva for this. Now let's move on to the second new feature that has to do with mockups. All right, the second feature related to mockups has to do this time with Smart Mockups and the Smart Mockup tool that you will find on your Canva homepage. So first of all, let me show you where to find this Smart Mockup tool. This is my Canva homepage, and in order to find it, all I have to do is to locate the apps button right here. And from here, I should have a left side menu with a couple of items. You have your content planner, your Smart Mockups, and your product photos, okay? Click on the Smart Mockups. So this is how you access your Smart Mockup tool in Canva from the homepage. And you will have, similar to the new Mockup app, a bunch of different mockups. The only difference is that a lot of them will be pro mockups, so not available if you're a Canva free user. So let's choose one, for example, this pro mockup right here. And by all means, there's nothing new here so far. I mean, this is the good old Smart Mockup tool that we already knew and like, but I'm getting to it. So if I click here, what's new is the faster rendering time or loading time, the time that it takes for Canva to load your mockup when you open or when you click on one of the mockups, okay? And also the time it takes for Canva to render your mockup once you upload a photo into it. So I have the mockup right here of that phone. I can get started and fill up this mockup with this button right here. Okay, it says, let's get started, select an image or a design to use in your mockup. So let's do that. I'm gonna select an image from my photo library right here. Let's find something that would work well. Yeah, let's use this photo of me in Switzerland. So I select it, click on select, and look at the rendering time. This was like a second. Now, I'm going to show you a clip from a previous video I made a few months back about Smart Mockup and the same kind of process. And I want you to focus on how long it took for my mockup image to render on screen. So what you will see in this older video is me trying to open a mockup from the Smart Mockup library and the mockup actually not loading, the empty mockup. And then what I will do is to select an image to load into this mockup, and you will see here again that the loading time is considerably longer as well. So let's play the video so that you can realize how fast it is now compared to before. That you can start using. So because I'm a pro user, I have much more choice. See, so I click on the mockup, and it's not loading. It is not loading. You see, we have the Canva screen, select button, still my mockup has not loaded. Then I select the image that I want to add to the mockup. Find a Bitmoji, click on it. Sounds good. Then from the select 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 seconds. I'm going to pause it here. So it was almost, let's say 4 to 5 seconds for this image to load into the mockup. Now, I want to come back to the 2023 Smart Mockup experience, and let's try another image and see how much faster it will be loading. So I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to select another image. Let's use a Bitmoji as well. Okay, so like this one. All right, I'm going to click on select and start counting. Not even 2 seconds. So this is the novelty. The novelty is that the Smart Mockup tool from the Canva homepage will load and render your mockups much faster than before. And this feature by all means will be available to all users, free, pro on all devices. So pretty much across the board, a much better and faster mockup experience, either with the new Mockup app and the improved Smart Mockup older app. It's a better experience than before. So thank you, Canva, for this. And now moving on to the second set of new features, and these have to do with editing your photos. Okay, so let me show you where to find this new modal photo editor. This is my Canva homepage, and from here we are going to be needing a photo to start with. So 2 different ways you can bring a photo and start working in the photo editor. The first one is to upload a photo. In that case, you will use the upload button right here in the upper right corner. So click on upload, and then you can choose a file on your computer, upload it, and you can directly start editing this photo via the improved photo editor. The second way of working with photos is to work with a photo you have already uploaded into Canva. Most probably via the Canva editor. When you were working on a design, you just dragged an image into your Canva, or you use the upload button to upload a visual from your computer to be working in your project. So these photos will be found under your projects. Okay, so click on your projects button right here, second item on the menu. You should see a bunch of designs here, but what you want to do is to locate the image tab. Okay, so click on images, and here should be all of the things, the photos you have uploaded into Canva. So I'm going to choose a photo that actually looks nice right here and is a photo, not just a thumbnail or a screenshot. So I think I'm going to be using this one right here of Diana and I in Barcelona. And so this module right here is the new photo editor. Canva says it's new because it has recently been improved with new features. Okay, features like the magic eraser, the magic edit, all of the AI-powered photo editing tools that have been introduced at Canva Create. And Diana has been creating a few tutorials already about these magic photo editing features. So be it magic eraser, magic edit. So make sure you check out these videos next. They will be linked in the description. So that is for the new features, but also some improvements. Some of the features have been made more efficient. And also the entire experience seems more fluid and seems more stable. Something else that is new with this model photo editor in Canva is when you click on your adjust button right here, you can now adjust specific areas of your photo. Okay, so this is going to be this section right here. It says select area. So by default, it's going to be set on the whole image. But if you click on this little arrow right here, you can start tweaking either your foreground, see, foreground selected, or your background selected. And I'm talking only about the adjustments in this panel right here. So the adjust section of this entire photo editor, okay? If you switch back to effect, this is not gonna be taken into consideration, foreground, background. It is only gonna work for the adjustment on the middle button right here, the adjust button. So let me show you how it works. So here I have the area selected as the background. What I can do is to completely desaturate the background. So I take the saturation slider all the way down to -100. So I got rid of all the color, and now I have a black and white background and a completely crisp color focused on my topic right here, the foreground. So this is cool. I can create some cool effects like so. And now I can come back to my foreground like so, and I can start playing with the photo. If I want to look green, if I want to look pink, not really aesthetic, but you can start having some interesting things here. For example, more vibrant. If you had like a nice sunburn, could do something like that. So you can start playing around. I could add a vignette to my background. For example, going back to background, adding a nice vignette to create a more dramatic effect. So this is now possible because we can select the area of the photo we want to work on. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to dive a bit deeper into these new improvement or new features in the photo editing module, because I believe these updates are pretty important. So I have listed them as individual new features. And the first one of them is called Smart Crop Images. All right, let me illustrate how to use this new Smart Crop Image functionality in Canva. In order to use that smart cropping feature, you need to be working from within the editor, not from the model photo editor. So from here, there is a very easy way to get there, is to click on that button right here that says use the photo or use in a design. So I'm going to click here. Canva is going to open that photo in a design. And now with my photo selected, when I click on edit photo and crop right here, I have this option that says Smart Crop. Okay, so if I click here, Canva is going to analyze this photo and suggest another framing, suggest a crop in this photo that would make the photo look better. So let's have a look at what Canva is suggesting here. So what we see here is the original photo, which is behind, okay, with like a paler color. It's like we've added some transparency. And then we see the recrop, the suggested new crop right here. And it is true that this new framing looks more interesting because I had a lot of things here on the side which was not that interesting. And also the smart cropping didn't get rid of that person right here, didn't cut anything too important. Maybe a tiny bit of this tower right here could have been slightly to the side, but I guess we wanted to have the Diana's arm starting from this corner right here. So it creates an interesting dynamic on the photo where I guess they are using the rule of thirds to make some better suggestion about cropping framing. So this is what smart cropping does. Okay, so I'm gonna click on done, and there you go. You have adapted your photo. If I click on the undo, so like so, you see the difference between before and after. Again, before, a lot of space here, and after, with a better, I would say, framing of your photo. Now, let's try this with another photo. I have a photo right here that I'm gonna paste. So this is a photo of a group of 6 people jumping, okay? I'm going to be using my edit photo in my crop tool right here, smart crop. Let's see what Canva can do here. So you see, again, 2 things have been done here. The photo has been rotated slightly. You see it by the space that is now generated here. So it's been rotated slightly so that the horizon line is straighter. And the second thing is that Canva has reduced the padding around this group of people, which was a lot of empty space here, to make the photo more interesting. So I'm gonna validate that choice, okay? And I'm gonna paste the original photo again here. So you can easily see the difference between this photo and this photo. The horizon line is perfectly straight, and also the focus is more on the group of people, where here the people were smaller. So all in all, I think that smart cropping is a really cool feature. And the beauty of this is that this feature is going to be available for all Canva users. Free, pro, and on every device. Oh, and there is one more thing I forgot to show you with this smart cropping tool, is that it also works when you work with frames. Okay, so let me just illustrate that very quickly. Creating a new page on my design, I'm gonna go to my elements and grab a frame. Okay, so it could be any frame. I'm just gonna be using one which is not like a regular shape, like this irregular oval right here. Now, all I need is to drop a photo into that frame. So I'm gonna fetch it from my uploads again. All right, let's take this one right here. Okay, it's a photo of me. I'm not gonna be well centered here. Let's see how smart cropping can deal with this situation right here. I'm gonna click on my frame, go to edit photo, locate the crop button, and then smart crop. Now, this is what I have. Let's click on done. So the framing is better because I still see the sky, I see the house. This seems a bit more straight. Let's go back one notch and then redo. Yeah, the framing is better, so we can see more of me. The action is just, well, better centered, I would say, and more balanced all together. All right, moving on to the next photo editing feature. The next feature is called Auto Rotate. It is quite similar to what we've seen, okay? You will be finding this feature in the same menu, but in order for this to work, we need another photo, okay? So this Auto Rotate feature is gonna be great for fixing the alignment of a photo. So let's say you have a photo like this one, where the horizon is clearly not straight. We are straight, but the horizon line here is not straight at all. So as always, the first thing you want to do is to click on your image, click on your photo, in order to make the edit photo button appear. Otherwise, there will be no edit button there. So once you see it, click on it, and then go to your crop again. And now pay attention, because this is a little tiny button that you might have missed. The feature I'm talking about is this little auto button right here. So when you click on this little auto button right here, what Canva is going to do is that it's going to auto rotate your photo to fix the horizon line, to make it straighter. So let's give it a try. Let's click on this. So this is what is now being suggested. Okay, I'm going to click on done. And now this is what the photo looks like. Okay, again, I'm going to go back one notch, then and again redo. So very simple, very subtle, but how so useful. Okay, if you have a bunch of photos like this. Me, I'm a good photographer. Well, I like to believe I'm a good photographer, so I always pay attention to the horizon line when I take a photo. In this case, I was taking a selfie, so it's a bit harder. But for those of you who take photo like a grandpa or a grandma, this is going to be a very useful feature. All right, moving on to the third and last photo editing new feature for today. And this one is called Improved Autofocus Effect. Autofocus is an effect that you can find in Canva. And for illustrating this, I'm going to be using this photo right here. Okay, so another photo of Diana and I. So again, the first thing you need to do is to click on your photo, locate the Edit Photo button, and look under your effects right here. And autofocus is this one right here. Right now it is a dog, but this might change in the future. So that is the autofocus effect. I'm gonna click on it. And the first thing you'll see when you click on it is that Canva will blur the background of your photo and let the main subject of the background totally in focus. All right, but the novelty, because this is not new. So you still have your two sliders, blur intensity and focus position. But what's new is that when you click on the focus position slider, okay, I'm gonna click on it, you should see a purple color filling up and changing as I slide the little circle right here, left and right. You have your purple color indicating what's gonna be focused on this image. Okay, which is very useful because before I would say Canva was doing the same thing, but there was nothing to show you to indicate where the focus was going to be positioned. And therefore it was very difficult to use this effect. Now I can see exactly, so if I want, for example, the opposite, if I want the background to be focused, like the castle right there, I can do so because I see where the purple color is located. And if I want the very beginning of Diana's arm, like Diana's forearm to be focused, I can also do so. You see, position the purple color right there, or even a little bit up on her shoulder. There you go. You can blur the rest some more. But this part right here that was highlighted is going to remain focused. So really love this improvement that Canva has brought to the autofocus effect right here. It is a much more easy to use feature than before. So well done, Canva. This is available for all users, free, pro, on every device. All right, guys, how are we doing? I just wanted to take a second to say thank you for being with us, learning today about Canva and its new features. Diana and I truly appreciate you being here in the community, leaving us comments, liking our videos, subscribing to the channel, because you see the value and we are so thankful for that. We love seeing the channel grow week after week. So yeah, just wanted to say we love you. And if you love us back, you can always like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Now back to the video. I have 4 more features to go. All right, the next set of new features have to do with Canva Docs. All right, Canva Documents. In order to start a Canva doc, very easy. Locate this Docs icon right here on the homepage. Click on it, then click on Docs, and you should be good to go. You have a brand new, fresh Canva doc right here. And the first new feature is called Image Cropping in Canva Docs. You can now crop your images in a Canva document. So I'm actually going to start from a template so you can see what it looks like with an entire, I would say, layout going on here. So great. Now we have this template, Employee Handbook. All right. And this template has a couple of photos. So before, up to recently, when you were using a photo in your Canva doc, the photo was as it was. Like you could not do much about it. You could not crop it. You could maybe make it smaller, or you could not crop parts of your photo. Now, if you click on the photo, just like for any other Canva document, you can start cropping your photo. Okay, so horizontally, vertically, you can start resizing your photo. And if you double click on it, you can also simply reframe your photo so that it looks nice. Okay, once you're done, click on done, and there you go. You have your photo right here. So you can still not move them left and right and put them wherever you want on your page, but at least you can start, tweaking your photos by resizing them. So for example, right here, I could absolutely resize this photo, double click, and make that lady with her computer very well centered here. Maybe we don't need all that space here on top of her, and make something like so. Could even crop some more, something like that, almost like a profile picture. If you click on the three little dots, you see there's no alignment options right here. But I'm gonna show you a little hack that will allow you to position your photo on different places. Like if you want it to the left, to the center, or to the right of your document, I know just the trick. All right, so let me show you. This is a little bit hacky, but it does work. Let me show you how to do so. First, I'm gonna get rid of this legend right here. Just gonna keep my photo. I'm gonna cut it, okay? So Command X, I cut my photo. I'm gonna leave some more space here. What I'm gonna do is to add a table. So I'm gonna use a little add magic here button and search for a table, okay? Let's say I want a 1 row, 4 column table. So something like this. And now let's say I want to have my photo aligned to the right side of my page. So I want my photo right here. I could click inside this last cell right here on the right and Command V to paste my photo. Now I could stretch that photo all the way to the maximum width it can have inside that last column. But you will say, hey Ronnie, that's all good, but I can still see this table right here. Well, wait a second. I'm gonna click on the entire table, make sure it's all selected, click on this little border button right here, and with all the borders selected, click on the border style right here. And now what you want is no border. The first button right here. Now you have made all the other borders disappear. Okay, so this is what it should look like. So similarly, you could do other things, like you could rescale this column right here, and maybe you could delete some of the columns. So delete the column, and here I have another column. I'm going to delete it as well. Delete that column, and now you're left with two different columns. So you could have the photo on one side and some text on the other side. Let me grab a little paragraph of text right here, Command C, come here and paste it, Command V, and let's say I had more text like so. Like so. That's a bit too much, but you get the idea. So you could pretty much via this hack kind of like lay out your images on your Canva doc. This is not something I had planned to show you, but it just popped into my mind when I was working with this one image. So hey, there you go, a free nugget. All right, let's move on to the second new feature in Canva Docs, and that is the duplicate button that now allows you to duplicate all sorts of elements very easily in a Canva document. So how does that work? Well, very simple. You click on an object, could be a photo, it could be a table like so, but you need the entire table actually. So like so, when you click on the three little dots, you now have a duplicate button. Okay, so you can duplicate any elements like so, not text, not like titles or anything text related, but tables, yes, images, yes, graphs also work. Do I have a graph here? No, I don't. So I can add a graph. Okay, so again, remember when using a Canva document, you can do the slash magic thing and graph. Okay, so I'm gonna use not a graphic, I want a graph. Graphs, maybe charts. Yes, let's say a bar chart. Okay, you have that selected, three little dots, duplicate. So that is a neat little feature. It works with embeds as well. So if you embed like a YouTube video, for example, the duplicate button will work as well. So two neat little features that come and make Canva Docs a little bit more powerful, a little bit more easy to use. So we also highly appreciate that. And I forgot to mention, but both of these features will be available to all Canva users, free and pro, and they will work on all devices. Now, I have two more categories to go through very quickly, one feature in each of these categories. The next one is Canva websites. The novelty is that you can now add basic animations to your Canva website. Woohoo! Yes, Canva website now have basic animations. Let me show you how that works. So the first thing you need obviously is a Canva website. So let's head over the websites icon right here, click on it. And I'm going to start with a template. Okay, let's say I want a business website. I'm going to click on the little magnifier to browse the different templates, and I want something colorful. Find me something nice and beautiful. Several pages, please. This is only one page, I guess. Let's see this one, 6 pages. Okay, let's use this one. I'm going to click on this one. Yes, customize this template. This is good. So just like Nothing special here. Canva is going to populate all my pages. But what I can do is to start adding some basic effects. You see, I selected this hero title right here and the effect button popped up. So I can now add some effects to my website, which is cool. Okay, so for example, I want this outline right here. I could do something like this. It's not that beautiful, but okay, can come back to none. I could do something like so. Okay, so I can basically use my text effects, which is interesting in itself. Okay, for example, if I want to bring that up a little bit, can do so. Okay, so let's get rid of this curved text. The other thing is that you can animate. So let's click on animate and have this, for example, like a little pop effect, or you could have swipe. You can have your basic animation effects just showing on your website. This is nice. For a website, you want something quite subtle. Okay, you don't need to make everything too fancy right here. So for example, here we could have this photo. So for this photo right here, we could have something like a pan coming from the right side. Okay, this is good. And is there a button somewhere that, yes. So this button right here, okay, the whole thing right here, I'm gonna add an animation to this as well. I want, let's see, pretty much want the button to pop, yeah, like this. So this is good. I'm gonna use the pop animation for this. So I should have 3 animations. So here I have my pan, here I have, on this sentence, I have my pan as well. So now, when I preview the website, I should see these animations added. Yep, exactly. I could see a marketing specialist. This photo was panning as well. And then scrolling all the way down, the button pops. And that's your basic animation on a website. I think this is cool. This is the first, I would say, step towards better Canva websites. It's been a while since we've seen something new with Canva websites, so I absolutely love that Canva continues building up that product because, yeah, I think Canva website has a lot of potential and I would love to see them become bigger and more powerful and give us more features. So please, Canva, continue going down this path and making websites better. This is available to all users, free, pro on every device. These are basic animations on websites. All right, guys, we are slowly making it to the end of the video. This is the last category of features. It is related to presentation. So let's quickly see one new feature related to Canva presentation. And this one has a very long and barbaric title. It is called Magic Present a View Screen Placement. All right, so basically what it does, when you click on Present a View, you know, this option in Canva presentation that is tucked right here under the present button, present a view. When you click here and you hit present, usually what happens is that 2 windows will open. You will have your main Canva Presenter Studio view, okay, and you can resize your notes and everything. And you will have your audience window that is supposed to be something that you will position on another screen, and you will have to do so manually. But the novelty, if you have a dual screen setup like I have in front of me, and I'm going to switch to handheld camera in a second to show you what actually happens with this novelty, this new feature. When you have a dual monitor setup like I do in front of me, Canva will automatically detect that and send the audience window to your secondary monitor or screen or TV if you are in a room and you're going to be presenting. So I'm going to be filming with my phone camera here, and you can see my setup. I'm going to zoom out to show you properly. So you see I have 2 different computers. Now I'm going to hit the present button, and there you go. We have our audience window right here on my second monitor, and we have our presenter window right here on my main monitor. So that's what the feature does. I think this is pretty awesome that Canva is helping us and avoiding us the pain of just dragging this manually. And here my monitors are properly set up, meaning it's easy for me to drag an item from one to the other. But if you plug your setup in a room that you don't particularly know, or on a computer that you don't particularly know if you are going to be presenting at a venue, can be pretty tricky sometimes. So this makes it super easy for us. And yeah, I love that Canva thought about this. This feature is going to be available to all Canva users, but there is a caveat here. You will need to be using Google Chrome as your browser if you want this trick to work. Okay, so far it doesn't work with Firefox, doesn't work with Microsoft Edge or with other browsers or Safari. It won't work with these browsers, so it needs to be Google Chrome. All right, I have finished reviewing all of these new features. Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite one from today. I'm really curious. I really want to know. There were 10 new features today. Yeah, tell me which one was your favorite one. And also, by all means, this was episode 29 of What's Hot. I'm gonna leave you guys with the entire playlist right here so you can watch the previous episodes of What's Hot, because there are already quite a bunch out there for you to learn the new features. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.